We are in search of creeks on the White Mountain Apache Reservation. Folks, in this video, we're out exploring, trying to find some new places that I haven't been to. And I've been fly fishing in Arizona for 45 years. I haven't covered all the water. Anyhow, we're going to take you right along with us. We're going to go in and look for a new creek and stay hooked. Let's see what happens. Hey folks, we've gotten onto some of these dirt roads, some of the back roads on the White Mountain Apache Reservation. These roads are predominantly going to be rough. They're rocky, they're washboardy. So one of the things I do is I drop my pressure down to about 23 PSI. I'm not on the streets. It's going to soften up my ride quite a bit. I've got good off-road mutter tires. I highly recommend them up on these roads. If you're going to come up and do this, I recommend you have off-road type tires. I've run into a lot of people out here that have pinched off their tire. It's very common to have happen. Anyhow, I've got a device that I keep with me. I've also got a compressor. There's a lot of different compressors you can get, but it's going to make your day a lot smoother. Hey, stay hooked. Hey folks, Chris Rich, AZ Fly Shop, your community fly shop. Welcome back to the channel. You bet. Hey folks, we're out on another remote Arizona stream. I'm bringing you right along with us. We've probably got about 2 hours from Pine Top, mostly on dirt roads. I let the air pressure down in my tires. These are rough roads back into this country. If you come back, we're on the White Mountain Apache Reservation. They've got some amazing water. They've got some amazing fisheries. If you do come back here, make sure you're aware of where you can and cannot fish. Some areas have signs on them. Some of them you're responsible for. Pick up those regs at the, you can pick them up at the Honda store. You can pick them up at the White River location where you pick up the Christmas tree permits at the White Mountain Apache Outdoors Game and Fish. Anyhow, we're going to head down on the creek. We're going to bring you right along with us. I've never fished this creek. And again, I've been fly fishing Arizona streams for 45 years. I love doing it. They're real small. A lot of it's overgrown, real tough to fish. But I'm going to bring you right along with us. Another thing I want you to kind of pay attention to, I'm not mentioning the name of the stream. When I do these videos up here in the high country, yeah, I want to encourage you to come out, but do some exploration. Get on Google Earth. Check out the blue lines, see the roads, go out and explore, get out and walk. Hey, if you stop in the shop, I'm happy to visit with you. I'm not going to give you all my spots, but I'm happy to give you some direction on where to go. Hey, let's stay hooked. Let's go see what happens. Okay, folks, we've hooked up on our first fish. Looks like a wild brown. I'm going to pick him up here in just a second. We'll get a closer look at him. Again, really, really small stream. You can see how tight this is in here. We weren't sure there was going to be fish. There are fish in a lot of these little streams. They look like they're too skinny to hold fish. Folks, they hold wild fish. Let's take a look at this fish. I'll wet my hands. That's it, folks. That's what we're after, those wild brownies. You can see back there in the bushes, Craig is back there. He's working this little hole. Now we can see that there's some fish in here. Looks like Craig hooked up one on his very first cast. Folks, this little creek is full of wild rainbows and browns. Pretty cool little spot. Okay, folks, we found a little bit of a pull. We're probably 20, 25 feet up from the stream. There's a little bit of a clearing here. There's not a ton of vegetation blocking that hole. That's why we saw it. We're gonna try to sneak in on the bottom, be real stealthy. I'm gonna kind of come in behind that bush and try to make a cast up into the top of that pool. See if we can get something. We're bringing you right along. We'll see what happens. Come on, let's go. So folks, we snuck down on here. I saw one fish spook when I first got down here. They were on to us that we were here. And then I got hung up on this little twig. I had to move down a little closer to try to get unhung. Probably 20 fish, not real big, probably in the 6 to 8 inch range, but they're wild fish. And they all came from the bottom of it. So there's a lot of fish in here. Stealth is required. It takes a lot of work and practice. Let's keep going. Krager's dabbing it in right here. He's got a little area, a little pocket. Looks like there could be fish. So some of this is we're making a cast, some of it we're roll casting, some of it we're dabbing, some of it we're doing a bow and arrow style. But this is how you get out and chase these wild Arizona trout on these high country streams, folks.
Dragonfly.
Craig picked up a few rocks, turned them over. As we expected, we saw some baby caddises underneath those rocks. We're fishing with dry caddises, a size 16, size 18. Seems like any place that looks like it should hold fish seem to hold fish in this little stream we're in, folks. Beautiful little day to be out in Arizona. This is how you chase those fish on those little tiny Arizona spring creeks. This is one of the more open spots in this stream. There's a good solid amount of water, but it is a skinny creek at the same time. You find any sort of a pocket that's got a little deeper water, a little soft spot, probably going to be a fish there underneath the cup bank, underneath the rock waiting for you. We've been fishing dry flies today. Little caddis patterns with legs on them, some of them without legs. Black ants would work real good in here. Little dry flies, what we've been catching them on, folks. There's Krager, he's getting him a little workout there. We've caught quite a few fish. We've had a number of fish come up and chase these little dry flies and miss them. It's a little skinny creek. This is the second creek that we're on, but there are fish in here. They're wild browns. They're beautiful. They're fun to catch. Challenging. That 6.5 foot rod really makes a difference right in here.
And Mr. Chris Rich is on again. The small stream master.
Are you kidding me?
I saw one shoot up higher, a little one.
A lot of fishing just like this, folks, walking up the middle of the stream. You can see all the overgrown vegetation, chasing these little wild brown trouts in these remote Arizona streams. Krager's working this little pocket right here. He's already pulled one brown out of there. Nice little spill, a little bit of a deeper hole, a rock over there on the far side. We're fishing all dries. We've already gotten one out of here. Folks, every little pocket that we kind of come up to holds fish. Some are real small, some are a little bit bigger, but biggest one's probably about 12 inches. Beautiful day on the Arizona streams. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. We've hit 2 creeks. We've caught a lot of fish. I'd say it's lunchtime, folks. This is what lunch looks like out here on these creeks. I use these Mountain House or the Backpacker's Pantry. The jet boil, you boil the water, you pour it in, let it sit for 10 minutes. It's a nice way to get a nice hot meal out here when you're out here on these Arizona streams. Anyhow, I've been doing this for quite a while, using these for lunch. It really makes for the day. You don't get to the end of the day and you're not kind of beat up quite as bad because you've replaced those calories. Oh, my water's boiling. See Craig right there. We're on a little bit bigger section of creek now. The water's a little warmer. There's a little more openness in this creek, but Craig's working this little section right here. It's been a little slower down here. Most of the fish we found today were up higher up. A little bit, a lot colder water. Its water's down here has got to be 75 degrees, I'm saying. Anyhow, this is how it goes, folks. Beautiful day. This is the 4th of July weekend, folks. On a Saturday, we have not seen another soul out here on these creeks that we've been on, folks. This is backcountry fishing in Arizona, and we're bringing you right along with us. Stay hooked. It's been a fun day. It's going to get more exciting, I believe, as the day goes on. Folks, it's been an epic day. We've caught, I don't know, 20 browns apiece. Smaller browns are wild browns in these little creeks. We've caught, well, I've landed a couple of smallmouth, nice smallmouth. I've had 3 or 4 more that I've watched eat. They're eating a little crayfish pattern. The browns, we're getting all the browns on dry flies. Little caddises, little mini hoppers, hippie stompers, that type of stuff is what we're getting the browns on. And you got to work for this, folks. This is real skinny water, a lot of overgrown. I like fishing the shorter rod, the 6 foot 6 inch rod. Anyhow, this is the 4th of July Saturday. This is the Saturday of the 4th of July weekend. We've been out here all day. We've seen 2 other people, and they were hiking. They weren't very far from their car. If you want to get away from the people, it doesn't take that much. Get your tires dirty, get your feet dirty, get your feet wet. You'll get away from the people. You'll have fun. Folks, thanks for watching. I'll see you at the shop.